Okay, this is a love working. Story goes, I have a couple and they're apart at the moment. There's a few long distance issues with regards to the relationship. So we want the guy to have a change of heart and to come back into the girl's life again, the woman's life again. So I have the two pictures bound, and I put the two pictures face to face, and I put some honey in between the photographs, and I put some glue in between the photographs, and then I stuck them together, gluing them together, both with honey and, adhesive. So I've put some sugar in there as well, and come to me oil, follow me boy oil, that sort of thing. And I wrapped the petition around that, and I bound it with a tiny padlock as a binding. So I'm going to put that into the jar, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with sugar, just white sugar. Oh, it's throwing it all over the place, but doesn't matter. Okay, you can use sweetener, brown sugar, it's fine. I just had white on hand. So, okay. So I'm gonna put in some orris root to give the girl some control in this relationship. I want lady's mantle in there as well. Great for lovers, Catnip. Again, I have to emphasize that I'm preparing this. I'm doing the first bit tonight, and then I will work this jar. A little bit of catnip. Okay. And let me see. A little bit of lavender to keep things running smoothly with no hiccups. I don't want any drama. Damiana is a good lost herb, so we want that in here also. Is that my road opener? Yeah, road opener. In case there's any blockages. Okay, and I'm going to put in there some coffee for speed, because we really do want this to happen really soon. We want to have them reunited as soon as possible. Just a moment. Running out of space as usual. Okay. Let me see what else I'm going to put in here. A tiny little bit of rose quartz. A little bit of cinnamon stick. Again, for heat, passion. Very, very good. Now I have the photographs and petitions sprayed with, what's it called, pheromones, but I'm not going to put any into the jar because I want this to be a dry jar. Okay, I'm going to put some, let me see, yeah, a little bit of dry cinnamon. I'm going to spice things up. Okay, and maybe a little bit of licorice root. I'm going to have to buy some more of this. I'm nearly out. Okay, and a little bit of bee pollen. Excuse my arm. This is being dried. Bee pollen is very, very good for friendship, love. It's very, very good for the sexual side of a relationship. So that's why I'm putting it in. Okay, let me see what else I'm going to put in here. Some little petals, rose petals. I think I could probably fill it up with some petals. Okay. They're actually from my garden, so and I'm looking for a horseshoe. Tiny little horseshoe for luck. I'm putting that in as well. Okay, that's all I'm putting in this with some precipitation powder actually, and let's have a look. One moment, I have a nosy through these powders. I could maybe use that, yeah. Okay. Where are you? Gillied actually, put that into. Sorry for the mumbling. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to close this up. I'm going to actually put a magnet in there, and I'm going to put some magnetic sand as well. I'm going to put 2 Bam of Gilead in here. One for him and one for her. And I'm going to put a little red heart just to symbolize love and commitment. I'm going to put some powdered John the Conqueror root for her, so that she overcomes this and comes out the winner. Because we really, really want her to get back with him. So I'm just going to put some precipitation powder, rush powder on the top of that. Okay. And okay, I'm going to put that to the side, and that's basically it done. It looks like that. And I will give it a little shake up just the once. I don't like shaking sweet jars, because to me you're basically shaking, you're making things unsteady in the jar. That's great if you're doing a sour jar or some sort of curse breakup jar, but I don't like to do that with anything that's got something to do with love, because I'll just put that on top for now. At the end of the day, things have to be stable, so you don't want to do that. So I've got it's very tiny little skull candle, and I'll be putting his photograph. Let me see. Let's pretend this is his photograph. I just don't want to take the risk of bringing it out. And I will be putting that under the jar, and I will put that on top. And I'll make suggestions to this little skull candle whilst it's lit, turning it clockwise. I'll be telling him to contact her. He really misses her. He's dreaming about her. He misses her touch, all those things. So we want to get inside his head. Skull candles are really good for that. And these are tiny, and they fit on top of the jar, which is just perfect. So I have a few of them at the minute. So yeah, I have scratched his name on it and a few little symbols, pertaining to love. So I'll turn that around, make sure the whole head gets it. And I will have some incense. I will have the incense burning so that the incense is wafting around the skull, because I like to sort of smoke screen myself when I do this sort of working, because we don't want him, I don't think he will, but if he ever goes for a reading, we don't want anything to pop up like, there's work being done, on you kind of thing. So no, I'll use the smoke for that. Sometimes I'll use a cigarette. I don't smoke, but I will blow it towards the little candle. So that's that for now, and I'm going to work on that tonight. And I did draw a few cards with regards to the situation, as to what's happening now. So the center card is the card, the anchor, and it's about steadying oneself in life. Putting down an anchor to keep yourself in one place. And I think when I'm seeing on this side, I'm seeing the scythe, and that's about abrupt cuts in life. And I think that's basically how the two of you sort of faded away from each other. It was abrupt. But this book is telling me that there's a reason that he hasn't said. There's something that's a secret. So I don't know what it is in a minute. I have to probe a bit deeper if I was to do that. But there's something he hasn't actually said that is the reason for the actual breakup. And then I'm looking at the side, which is the garden and the owls. And the owls, to me, that's a card of talking, sort of communication, I feel like. And the garden can be a social event, like I've explained before. It can be even something online, like social media. Think along those lines. So, there's a chance that he could possibly contact you via social media. But I think this card here is something that he needs to get off his chest, and tell you. Yeah. But it all centers around the two of you moving on to this, the next step of your life, and why that didn't happen. Something that he hasn't said. But this is indicating that there is a chance that he'll be in contact with you. So hopefully this will be addressed. I did look at a few answer deck cards. I got Solitude. So you're probably really, really missing him, I can imagine, at the minute. Dark-haired woman, I think that's you. Journey. So I'm not really sure. That can be a spiritual journey. That's probably what that is. Sometimes we have to be apart from certain people. Because it's a soul growth lesson. Sometimes we just need that time for ourselves, to grow before we move on to the next stage of our life. Sorry, I've got Happiness. It's a good card. And the Lovers. So that's interesting. Yeah, I did pull a few from this deck. Protection. It's an interesting card. Partnership. These cards are really, really nice. Okay, and you got the Wind Fairy. Thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. I'll let you take your own meaning out of these cards, Okay, the Goblin represents the wounded human ego. Okay, and then you're pulling up the Water Fairy, so you've got two fairies, feelings and emotions. So I'm sure, you're going through a lot of emotions, and I'd say these cards describe a lot of, when someone does end it with us, our ego does take a hit, but it seems, yeah. Let's have another quick look at them. You do have protection. Yeah, and I see the partnership card. The Wind Fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. I think you are that way. I think you're searching for answers, be it just the mysteries in general, the occult arts. I think you want to know more. I think you're searching, and you want to find that solution to putting your life in order with regards to him. Yeah, feelings and emotions. Yeah, it's all driven by feelings and emotions. So please get in touch with me. I haven't heard from you in a while, so please get in touch with me. And I forgot to mention, I'm going to be burning 2 pink candles for you. I'll bind these up with some knots, with some knot magic. One candle will be for him, and the other candle will be for you. And I'll be burning these, and they'll be bound together in yarn. If I get a chance, I will take a photograph or do a short video. I can, figure that out soon, and I will send it to you. But these 2 candles will be on a little plate, and they're bound together, and we can see how the candles burn, because that's usually an indication as to, sometimes if the candles burn down quickly, it can be a good thing. So I just want to measure how these candles burn, etc. But it's also a binding, so I thought I'd do that for you as a little bit extra. So it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, and it's my bedtime, and I'm out of here. So thanks to everyone for watching.